Well, thanks for joining us for another edition of Michles and Booth Client of the Month. My name is John Rogers, and I'm here today with Jan and Tony, who came to meet myself and Marcus Michles a little over a year ago after a pretty bad accident they were involved in, a motor vehicle accident in September of 2015. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
So Jan, the first thing I wanted to mention was that I know we have you in for Client of the Month. I think it's for the January Client of the Month. So we always try to match up the client's first name with the month that they're the
Oh, pretty cool.
So we've got you for the January
Well, you
client.
did good. You
Even
did
good at that.
Well, I guess the first thing I'd like to ask is, overall, how was the experience for you as a client of the firm? From your point of view, going through the claim process, it's easy for us as attorneys to forget what that might be like from the other side. So if you could share for the viewers who might be watching here what that was like for you, that would be great.
Absolutely. I've never been involved in anything like this before, and I didn't know what to expect. So when we came in, it was a little nerve-wracking, I have to admit, on the front side, not knowing. But it is something we felt that we really wanted to do, was come and speak to an attorney, because you know, our situation involved a drunk driver. And so when we came in and sat down with you, it was incredible. It just made me feel so comfortable. You told us step by step what we had to do. I was really impressed by actually the lack of things that we really had to do. I thought there was going to be more that Tony and I would have to do to file suit, or to have an attorney, and it just really wasn't. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. And the claim process, you guys took the responsibility and just ran with it, and Tony and I had to do really very little, and it really made me feel good to know that our case was in your hands, and I felt like it was wonderful.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that you're happy with the way the process went. Let me ask this, because there are a lot of law firms out there. What was it that made you choose Michles and Booth to come in and sit down with us the first time?
Well, to be honest, I had two previous neck surgeries, and I re-injured. When they hit me, my neck was re-injured.
Right.
Had to go to a surgeon, and that particular surgeon was Dr. Giovanni in Pensacola. And I had discussed that with him. I was like, I've never done this. I don't know who to get. And he suggested this firm. And I had previously called a firm and interviewed them by phone to see what kind of vibe I got from them. And I wasn't really sure. I didn't feel very comfortable with them. But then when Gio, as we call him, told us about your firm, I thought, okay, I'm going to give that a shot. And we did, and we came in and sat down, and I knew this was the place for us.
That's great. Now, I do believe in ladies first, but Tony, I want to get you involved too. From your perspective, can you tell us what happened the night of the accident? Just walk us through sort of how it all happened the night that you were hit.
Yeah, we were coming back from a wedding that she was in, one of her best friends. She was coming back from Destin, and it was one of the long, lonesome roads, no lights, no nothing, just kind of getting back to civilization. And I was coming around a little turn, and there was actually a car in the street, and two gentlemen standing outside, and I guess they couldn't make it to the next rest stop, we'll just say it like that. And I was like, well, that's kind of crazy that they didn't pull off the road completely, right? So probably within 5 minutes or so, I'm coming down the road, and same stretch, we're probably doing about 45 or 50. And then within just a split second, I saw headlights, in my rearview mirror, which gave me just a millisecond to kind of put my head back, couldn't say anything to her. And, wham, hit us. I was, probably doing 80 or 90 because it slammed us forward. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That's pretty dramatic. One of the unique things about your case was that we knew who owned the vehicle that hit you, but we were never sure 100% who was driving the vehicle. The occupants denied all of them. That's pretty interesting that they can all be passengers and none of them are driving.
Yeah, that kind of surprised us too.
Right, so that was a little bit of a wrinkle in the case, but something that we were able to find additional coverage on for you guys. So
right.
It's part of why I think we got a good result for you.
Yeah, we felt good about with it being that way, and when actually after they hit us, they went off the road and spun tires for probably 10 minutes trying to get away. So I knew right then this wasn't a good situation as far as what's going on with those guys. So anyway, they finally got out of the car, and we could see just by the silhouette of every car coming that they were walking away. So the police, they did try hard. So we were in that situation coming in here too, with not having an actual driver. So we were kind of like, but you guys, you know, you always made us feel comfortable. We felt like you were actually fighting for us. One thing that that's just surprised me, because I've dealt with lawyers over the years, everybody has, for different circumstances. And one thing is, it's hard to get in touch with them, let's just say it, and then they may call you back, it may be, but if you didn't answer the phone within 10 minutes, you called us back every time. Took as much time as I needed. I never felt pressured like you were in a hurry. Just really felt like you actually cared. So that was different too. So we kind of felt very comfortable with, you know, that ball in your court, and you fight for us for that.
Well, thank you for mentioning that. That makes me feel good.
I will say one other thing.
Sure.
When we first got here, one thing that really sealed the deal was when you got here, we were waiting on Marcus to walk in, and when he finally did, he was in full Harley gear, leathers and all, and he sat down, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing a commercial right now," but I was like, "That's cool though, man. That's our guy right there."
That's a great memory.
Yeah, that's a regular guy right there, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
So
was
that's how it all
good. We had
started.
fun. That was a good time, actually.
Tony, I remember talking with you on the phone throughout the claim process and you having some issues ongoing with your neck that impacted your daily life, your ability to go to the gym, impacted your ability to function at work, and you're one of those people that I wanted to mention this, that you took that challenge and I think you turned it into an opportunity. And what are you doing now? Now that you've got through the legal process, how have you kind of used the process and some of the challenges to your advantage?
I've always tried to be a little bit on the health side, working out and stuff, you know, and eat right and so forth. But once I got over here to Pensacola, we got married, you know, about 3 years ago, and I moved over here from Mobile. Love Pensacola, by the way. And started really getting back into the gym a little bit. Of course, when that happened, couldn't do anything.
Right.
So that put me back to square one. With you guys being able to help us out too, with finances that you did get for us, helped me be in a position where we could kind of do our own thing in a business. That's what we started, which gave me a lot more time to, you know, pursue working out, stretching, things like that too, and not have to work a job to where I'm going to hurt myself worse. So it just made it to where right now I'm pretty much back to where I was to start with, which is great.
That's fantastic.
All the people you recommended me to and the things you told me to do and not to do, it actually was perfect. Good people too, you know, in your team outside of here.
And you actually have recently started a new business working for yourself now, right?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's called One of a Kind. We do a lot of furniture remodeling. We buy and sell, you know, antiques, things like that. We had just started it right before this happened to go kind of full blown into it. So another, you know, monkey wrench in the wheel thing, but ended up, we just stayed positive. You were positive with us too, so we kind of felt like things weren't going to work out. So we didn't let it just fall and, you know, go back to square one and go get a job. So we kind of stayed the course, and actually our business is doing great right now. We're at a booth in Alyssa's, a couple other places also. But what is it, One of a Kind?
Elite Decor.
Elite Decor,
Is there
Facebook.
Is there a website?
There is a website, actually. It's on Facebook, so if you're familiar with Facebook, it's One of a Kind Elite Decor, and that's what you enter as if you were searching for a person or a
Gotcha.
business name. And we have photos on there, and it gives you a lot of information on how to contact us.
Fantastic.
Yeah, man, doing great.
Anything you'd like to add that I didn't think to ask about, just that you want to say to the people out there who might be watching?
Yes, actually, I do. I want to throw this out there, and John, I hope that you have can laugh with me now about it a little bit. When I first came in, when Gio referred us, you might remember this conversation, he said, "Yeah, I think you need to go see Marcus Michles' firm." And so when I came in that day and you walked in the door, I said, "Well, I'm confused. Where's Marcus Michles?" And he said, "Well, I'm on the team. We're kind of a team nature here, and my name is John Rogers." And I was like, "Okay, well, I'm a little confused." And so anyway, I came in thinking we would have Marcus, but I want to say, and Marcus, this is nothing against you, but we had the best experience, hands down, with
You're
you.
going to get me in trouble now.
And I am
They're gonna
really
edit that
glad. And I know Marcus is great, but I have got to tell you, the extra effort that you went through for us, we felt it, we saw it. You know, we had medical bills that we could have never paid on our own. And you helping us through that process really, you went the extra mile. And so I just want to say thank you, and I hope you've forgiven me now that I was so bent on having Marcus Michles, because it's honestly the best thing we could have done is had you. And I would like to refer anybody to see you or any one of these attorneys. But honestly, you gave us the best thing. And the last thing I want to say to this is, as I've said before, I've never been involved in anything like this, but it was really important to me because my husband was hurt in this wreck, I was
Right.
hurt in this wreck, and then the driver and the occupants were, they were driving under the influence. And it was not only alcohol, but the officer found different types of drugs there. And I just wanted to say that please, please, if you are out and you're having a good night, please get someone to drive for you, or find someone that you can call that can help you, because there's no need to get on the road drunk. People get hurt every day. And I just wanted to say that because I've lived through that now, and I just wanted to say thank you for helping us through it.
Well, thanks so much for being here. Congratulations, guys. So glad to have you as clients of the month for January, Jan.
Thank you.
And take care, okay? Thanks, everybody, for watching.